comes a big one.
Hey guys and girls, French were here. So I just came out of that difficult, I would say sweaty game as Enzo in the erosion Purge Challenge 5, which is still, I believe, the toughest or one of the hardest missions, as one of the hardest leaderboards to get into. Maybe not as Enzo, because there are not too many people, but it's still cool to be #1 somewhere, right? There's always a good feeling when you tell yourself, well, there's thousands of people who tried this, and I'm on top, okay. So I'm on top by 22 seconds, nice. I could do better, but it's very good for now, right? So yeah. Right, so I will get into the Enzo build and really the trigger module, which is insanely strong, okay? Really led me to reach 9 minutes, almost below 9 minutes, okay? Which is, I think, decent for Descendant. So yeah, let's get into it. So I changed my build, my components, and pretty much everything to really adjust my performance as high, make it as high as possible. Like efficiency was pretty much the thing I focused on. So I got a double purple wall on tactical acceleration, okay. So instead of having 12 seconds duration, for basically this is unlimited ammo, okay. This is a glay module on Enzo. I was able to get a decent roll, which is very important in my opinion. So yeah, just 24 seconds movement speed while firing, and especially 10.4 seconds of unlimited ammo, okay. So very cool. It triggers basically when you use number one I would say, because number 4 you're going to use it one time early game, but you're not going to use it anymore because you don't need to, and if you do, I think you actually cancel it in some way, so you don't want to press that again, okay. And there goes the build. It's basically some variation of my usual Enzo build. I added a bit of extra, not HP, but incoming damage modifier, minus 13.5%, okay. This might seem small and insignificant, but this is the third best HP mod in some sense, okay. So you have Steam Accelerant, you have increased HP, and this is the third best. So if you really want to tank or don't want to die in Purge, this is what you want to go with, okay. I thought I would mention that for you guys. And 13.5 is actually insane. It's also taken off your entire HP, so in a way it really it gets multiplied, okay. Then I have extra damage from my number 4 turrets that's going to be on at all times, and that's actually going to matter. That's one less, 1, 2, or 3 less rocket rounds to hit on an enemy, okay. So that's better than you would think, and it's constant damage. Power increase to further enhance that turret. Focus on singular non-attribute amplification. Yeah, basically the regular great damage for my turret. Then I have maximized duration, skill extension. Yeah, that's about it. To make sure that my number 1 ability, which lets me reload quicker, quick load, lasts 17 seconds every time I use the number 1, which is also how I trigger this, okay. So number 1 triggers so many things and so many makes you so much better, so I keep using that as much as possible, okay. Well, for focus fire, I guess, yeah, I went over it. It's basically a transcendent module that turns this number 4 ability into an unlimited ammo kind of ability, okay. And then you have this, which lets you not reload for 10 seconds quite often, so yeah, very strong. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go to the rest. So I improved that reactor, made it level 4 just to have a tiny bit more damage, okay. So Legend of Immortality and non-attribute skill power boost ratio, okay. So this is basically to do an extreme amount of damage every time I'm holding the rocket with my ability, with my little turret. So useful, and I like how unique it is as well. Now there goes a new set. So ballistic trackers auxiliary power, plus 5% weapon damage for the rocket launcher, okay. And also for the last dagger, which turned out to be extremely powerful and useful when I used it against the bosses. It's very fun to have to have this trigger, tactical acceleration, when you have this in your hand. You basically have unlimited ammo for 10 seconds, and Enzo becomes a goddamn glay, a very strong glay. Shell Crusher memory, so 5% fire rate, as usual, insanely strong, which works with a rocket and every gun here, okay. Arche tuning. So I went with this specific route. Weak point damage is what I decided to go with, because at the beginning, you can go either this way, or you can go this way, okay. I went with extra weak point damage and extra reload speed, alright, and then multi-hit damage everywhere, damage. This enhances the amount of rounds I'm getting with my ability number 4-1, so I'm getting more rounds for free more often, which I need because I shoot so many rockets, okay. So this is very important, this is key, and well, it's a great way to use this, I believe, yeah. So the damage, 13.2%, okay. You can get up to 14% max, I think, pretty much, so that's really high. Now, Arche Reinforcement, extremely important, okay. So here I have up to 25% extra reload time, okay. So that's 25% reload time for free, which lets me speedrun way faster. You would think this is maybe not significant, but it is a lot. It's crazy, really. It helps you so much, saves 30 seconds or on a game, if not more. Toxic focus rounds, just extra article on your guns, and extra multi-hit damage and multi-hit chance sometimes, thanks to this as well. So this is arrangeable. Yeah, that's my reinforcement. Then lastly, I guess we have the guns. So restored relic. Those are the best ones, okay. Fire rate, especially toxic ATK as a readjustment, 14.758 is pretty insane, and the rest is really top notch as well, which matters. Every little extra percent you get there is 1 or 2 seconds saved on your run, okay, because you're going to kill things even 0.2 seconds faster, times 10 ends up being 2 seconds, okay. So here I went with increased radius and optimization. So basically double radius, which is it's what Glay players use, and that's what I ended up using because it is very similar to Glay. Okay, this is not like Glay. This is what Serena players use to get more ammo from their abilities. And since Enzo, well, I need so much ammo now thanks to the new trigger module. This a little bit of the Serena playstyle mixed with a Glay playstyle on Enzo, it really make it quite strong and fitting with the new trigger module. So I find it kinda cool how this build is unique and a mix of a few things on this gun. You know, multi-hit damage, extra ammo, fire rate, ATK, toxic enhancement, yeah, no, just the regular, right? Oh yeah, by the way, I tested every mod, so believe me, that's probably the best, or very close to it, but I think it is the best. For the last dagger, which is extremely useful, best rolls. Fire rate 2 times, firearm ATK twice, and toxic ATK, 182%, but you know, ATK critical damage rate and toxic ATK, which best in class again. And there goes a bit. I think it can actually be improved because, yeah, like this, for example, I don't actually need it. I should go with that. I would have done a lot more damage, and yeah, I mean, I was doing so much already, but this would have been better, just so you know. Right, so that's it. So thank you for watching. Have fun playing Enzo. I think it's super cool. I think the build is super unique and also usable in action. Just so you know, you can play that in action, no problem, and you will do extremely good too. So yeah, thank you for watching. Glad to be number 1 on Enzo again. Even if it's for one day, I don't know how long that will last, but it's always a great thing. And thank you for the support, and yeah, like and subscribe for more. See you next time.
Here comes a big one. off for a bit while you're doing that. Yes, soon, good luck.